Hi everyone, welcome to Red Fox Sewing and Crafting, and welcome to my craft room. I'm Joanna. Today I will be showing you how to make this cute little pencil holder, and it's got an elastic in the back so that you can put it on your notebook, on a book, or whatever you want to put it on. So come along with me and we will make it. So you will need a few pieces, and yours will depend on how big you want it to be and the size of the object you're putting this on. I'm going to give you the measurements that I'm using. So you will need a main fabric, and both pieces are going to have interfacing on the back. And my large pieces are 2.5 by 7. You also need 2 pieces of your lining, and then my 2 front pieces are 5 by 2.5. And then you'll need a piece of elastic to hold it onto the object you're putting it on, and my piece is 7 inches wide. So what you're going to start with is you're going to sew your main piece to your lining, front sides together, and you want to leave a small opening at the bottom. And you're going to do this to your back pieces and your front pieces. And I am using 1/4 inch seams. You can use whatever size seam you're comfortable with for yours. And I'm just going back and forth a little bit to lock in my stitch for when I'm turning this right side out. So here's my front piece, and you just want to snip the excess thread off and the corners. So then it'll look like this. And then you're just going to take this, and you might need a slightly bigger hole but you're just going to turn it right side out. And then you can use a turner to just go to the corners and kind of poke them out and get them looking like actual corners. So I have my little corner turner here, and I'm just going to carefully poke at the edges here, the corners, just like this. And might not get totally perfect, but they do get kind of poked out, the corners. And you want to do that with all 4 corners. Just like this. And then you're going to iron this, and iron however large you made your seam at your opening 2. And once you iron it, you have something that looks kind of like this. So then you just want to top stitch the top part. So then it'll look like this, and then just clip the threads off. And then you're going to set this off to the side, and then we'll work on our 2 larger pieces and our elastic. So my elastic is foldable elastic, so it's got a shiny side and a dull side. I'm not going to fold it over, so I think I'm gonna do the shiny side. So what you want to do is you want to put your elastic you want to put your elastic the way you want it to go on top of your main fabric. So I want my shiny side up, so I'm putting that facing up on top of my main piece of fabric. And then you're going to take you kind of want to center it as best as you can. Mine's kind of small, so I can eyeball it pretty good. And then you're going to take your lining piece, and you're going to put that on top. And this time we're going to leave an opening on one of the 2 longer sides, on one of the 2 sides, so that our elastic gets sewn into the back, and it won't come out. Leave it to Coda. Leave it. So I can feel my elastic, so I'm just going to stitch over it and then back stitch across it and then stitch over it again. That way the stitches over the elastic is stronger and when you put it over whatever you're putting it on, your elastic won't pull out of your pencil holder. And then we're just going to stitch around to the other side, and then I can feel my elastic again, so I'm going to stitch over, back stitch, and stitch over again. And then we're just going to finish stitching. And just like last time with the front piece, we are going to trim all our threads and miter the corners. Copy. So then it'll look like this. And then again, you're just going to turn this right side out. And then I have my tool again, and I'm just going to go into the corners and just carefully poke them out, like so. So then we have our piece that is turned right side out with our elastic, and you want to carefully iron around, and you might want to do it on the lining side so that you don't melt or burn your elastic. It might not, but it's best to, just in case, do it on the lining side. So now you have your back piece done, and we're going to grab the front piece, and you want to make sure that your back piece is going the right way when you do this. And you're going to put your front on the bottom of your back piece, just like this, making sure that it's going the right direction. And then I'm going to start on my opening here, and I'm just going to do a top stitch width stitch around the whole thing. So now you have a puck in the front and your elastic in the back, and you can just go around and clip any visible threads that is sticking out anywhere. And you have a nice little pencil holder with elastic that you can put anywhere. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have fun making it, and I'll see you next week. Bye!